Hey there, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. Welcome to your reading for November 7th through the 13th. This is a week where you have found your voice. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about becoming the mouse that roared. And this is the week where I think you really are willing to step up and step into your power, make your voice heard in a way that that has the potential to bring you something really amazing. You have been sitting in this silence. You have been sitting in what feels like a major emotional rainstorm of sorts, like you feel like everything's been coming down on you, and it's hard to see the way through the storm. It feels like a storm that has been blowing through, but it doesn't feel, it feels like when sometimes we get in those cycles where with the weather, where it just seems to rain every day. You think the sun's going to come out, but no, it just starts raining again, and you find that you feel dreary and dark, and you just want to crawl under the covers all day. But I think you get out. I think you push back, you throw back the covers, you raise the shade up in the morning, and you're like, oh my God, the sun is actually going to come up today. And I think it's been a really hard struggle to get there. But I think inside of yourself this week, I think that this energy that we get from the eclipse is a big release that will make you feel a lot more hopeful. It feels like hope. Okay, let's see what we have going on here. Overall energy, you have the Hermit. This is the soul searching. This is being in the dark, and here the rainstorm, the Five of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold, feeling definitely like you have not been able to be where you want to be. This isolation, I feel like it was foisted upon you, but in the darkness, there was something of value to learn about yourself, about where it is you want to go and what it is you want to do. This week is intense. This week we have an eclipse happening on Tuesday. It happens in Taurus. So if you are Gemini rising, that's your 12th house of major completions. And so a full moon eclipse would be a major completion of that cycle. But somewhere in your chart, there is a big letting go. And actually there's a potential for three things to be able to go, because the south node is going to be crossed by three of the personal planets, Venus, Mercury, and the Sun. And so a lot of very personal letting go, or it could be one thing, but it has like three stages to it. And so there's been this deep soul searching, but you're ready to get back into life as a result of this, and you have a focus on where it is you want to go. I think a lot of clarity comes through for you. This time that you have spent contemplating and alone was not wasted. It was not wasted, because here, how do you transform the situation? You have the Ace of Swords, but I really want you to look at this Ace of Swords. He's sitting in meditation and contemplation. It carries so much of that energy of the Hermit. And what's interesting about this Hermit is all the writing. And I feel like you may have been journaling, you may have been going over maybe old letters, or you have been searching through documents. You know, it's possible for some of you that a loved one has passed and you had to go through all the paperwork, and it took you down the rabbit hole a little bit, and you've had to sort some things out, family issues or whatever. Sometimes that happens, you know, that we have an opportunity to, as we go through this period of mourning, to break things down and understand things. And so it could have been something like that for some of you. And if so, I am really sorry for your loss. I do feel like there was a loss involved here. Whether it was a loss of a job, a relationship, or a loved one, there's been a major shift, a major ending, a major cycle. You have been going through that period of integration And as the North Node continues to move its way through Taurus, it will end up, by the time we get to the solstice next year in June, right at the end of your solar return season, it shifts into Aries. And I think the energy really completes a major cycle for you. But now there's hope. Now you can see that the sun is coming up. I see the sun coming up over the horizon. So here, focusing on, here we have the Five of Pentacles, the loss, the feeling left out in the cold. But this Knight of Pentacles says, okay, but this is the thing of value. This is the thing I'm going to focus on. This is the thing I need more information on. This is the thing I'm going to move toward. This is the thing that's going to drive me forward and allow me to really figure out what it is I'm going to do next, where I go from here, how I go from here. They're using the word how. And the way that the how forward for you is going to be really focusing on the work at hand. We have the blacksmith here in the Eight of Pentacles. It is definitely about mastering, but you know what he's doing? He's working on, oh my God, I've never noticed this before. He's working on a horseshoe. He's working on, we make our own luck. We make it by focusing our thoughts and our attentions on the things that we want. When we focus on what we want, the opportunities for that comes to us. When we focus on the things we don't want, the opportunities for that come to us too. And so since we are manifestors, the more you focus on the things that you want, the more you're willing to drill down into the details. And with Mars doing retrograde in Gemini right now, does not exit the retrograde cycle until the shadow until March. I think it is end of March, right around the equinox, that it moves into Cancer. And so this is a big, long 5 months of opportunity to really figure out what actions to take and how to take them, and be able to rework the plan and really learn the self-mastery. And so this week, because it's such portal energy between the eclipse and the 11/11 gateway, there is all this energy of where do I go from here and how do I go from here and what is it I want. The key to the situation is to find the joy in your heart. The Three of Cups. Who is on your side? Who is your tribe? Who is your team? Who supports you? Who loves you? Who's there for you? Who are your friends? Really, who are your friends? Where do you fit in? I think there's an opportunity to reconnect with people that you've been in the solitude, to reach out to them. There's been, I think, an institutional loss. Really, I think it's a major thing. Like you've had to move, you've lost a parent, you've lost a job, a partner. There's something that has been really difficult, and you've been trying to play by the rules. Gemini, that's a challenge, right? To play by the rules when you have all this creative out of the box thinking, and yet here's this, you've really been trying to do it right, and it's been such a struggle. So here, what is draining you? We have the Hierophant, which is, of course, structure and rules, but all I'm attracted to there is the purple. And so it's about forgiveness. Can you forgive yourself for getting into a situation that you thought, I knew better, I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have taken this job. I shouldn't have gotten into this relationship. I should have been there for this person. I shouldn't have done this. I should have done that. And when you can say, hey, you know what? I am here having this human experience, and I'm going to make mistakes because that's my job. My job is to learn how to do things through experiencing them. And one of the things we're learning how to do is to forgive, right? To forgive is divine, and you are a divine being in a human form. And so learning to forgive unconditionally others, and most importantly yourself, is becoming more divine. And that's what Earth School is all about. But it's been a struggle, and it's been kind of draining your energy, because I think holding ourselves to that expectation that we're not supposed to screw up, we're supposed to be smarter than that, better than that, we should have known better, we should never have gotten into that situation. No. We were here with our soul group, putting ourselves in situations that would promote our soul's growth. And you are growing. Because as you learn to forgive, then you reconnect with the joy that is the key to the situation. The Three of Cups here and the key to the situation is about finding the joy inside of you again. This is a very practical way of doing it by getting out, having fun, doing things again. But really the key to the situation is feeling joyful again, not feeling like you're out in the cold, not feeling like you're all alone and sorting things out, but reconnecting with what you're here for. You're here to create joy. You're here to create joy, to be in joy, to love, to have fun, and yes, to learn lessons, but to always remember that you are divine and bounce back and go, yeah, okay, I wanted to learn that. Now I'm going to go on and I'm going to do something new, because here, I love this. In the heart space going forward, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and see all the purple there? It is the harvesting. It is but look at all that purple. I want you to notice here, he's all wearing the brown and he's seeking how to do this. And here you're gathering it. You're gathering it. You're gathering the ability to connect to your higher self. You're gathering the ability to forgive yourself and others. You're gathering the understanding around compassion. Compassion is when, yes, I see you thing that I don't like thing. Or I see your pain, or I see that situation. I see it for what it is. It is a human experience. And I appreciate that you're going through your pain, or that I went through this pain. But I choose to live in joy and not live in the pain. And so I'm going to harvest the lesson, and I'm going to move forward. The hardest thing for you, I think, is to get out of your head and get into your heart this week. Mercury conjuncting the Sun and Venus, opposing this eclipse. That Mercury that rules your sign is so quick thinking, and it's just got all this energy, and then the moon is going to be in your sign. And so I just feel like you playing the worst case scenarios around in your head does not benefit you. Here we have the Nine of Swords. And again, look at the purple. And she's running from her thoughts. When if you stop and drop into your heart space, you can collect the lessons, the benefits, everything from it. Because the outgoing card is the Ten of Cups, emotional satisfaction. So in the area around resources, of feeling like this lack and this loss, this thing where you somehow got left out, left behind, you chase away. Oh, wow. Okay, so they're showing me when I was a child, I had this repetitive dream. I won't go into the details of the dream, but in the dream, I was constantly being chased. I was down in the basement of my house. I was constantly being chased. I would run up the stairs, and then I would wake up. And so if you think about that, it's like down in the darkness, in the scary parts of my life, I was constantly being chased around, and I would try to escape. That's two cards. I would try to escape, and when I would. And when I would, then I would, the chase would continue on until I woke up, because I'd be so scared. I'd wake up. This one time, though, I stopped. I knew that dream was coming. I'd been in that part of the dream before. It happened so many times. And I thought, not today. And so I ran up into the light, and I turned around and I said to the scary thing, this is just a dream. You're just my imagination. And I'm going to wake up now, and I don't ever want to see you again. And I woke up, and I never saw it again. I never had that dream again. And so it's about taking your power back. And so, yes, it's about finding your voice. It's about speaking up. It's not about running. It's about having the courage to stand and face your fear. Through the quiet space in your heart. Through the meditation and the contemplation about what is true for you. There's two owls sitting on the hilt of that sword. And the way it's there, it's like staking your truth, knowing what is true for you, not letting all your fears scare you, but instead This is my truth, and I have the courage to stand in it. The card that peeked itself up here was the little card of flexibility, but see that tiger there? It's got stripes, adaptability, flexibility, your immutable sign. But this is definitely about having the courage to face the storm. It's like the rain will, it's like the rainbow. See the rainbow coming in? And here's like the rainbow, the sun peeking through after the storm. Like that storm that you found yourself in, if you have the courage to seek the joy, to have compassion for yourself and for the situation, you will find your way through it. And so when that moon is in Taurus on Monday and Tuesday with that eclipse happens Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. at 6:02 a.m. So you need to adjust for your time zone. I put a time zone calculator in the description box below that helps you. In that light of the moon, we have the most illumination that we have in the darkness when we have a full moon. Taking the time to really look at it and say, I see you, fear, but I will not run for you. I'm going to stick my sword of truth into the ground. I'm going to claim the space for myself. I'm going to stand here or sit here, and I'm going to work on creating my own luck, my own joy, because the key to the situation to get from the Three of Cups to the Ten of Cups, to get there, is to understand I am totally capable, Nine of Pentacles, of creating and mastering everything I need. I can do this. This isn't about you, fear. This is about me, courage. And so you stand. Pure intent, sacred doors, timing, and experience. It is the closing of the circle. This eclipse here, look, she's sitting in meditation, but it's silent meditation. It's knowing in your heart that you are fully capable of creating your own luck and your own joy, of having everything that it is that you need. The moon will be in Gemini, your sign. It gets there at 8:37 in the morning. On Wednesday. So it's there Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. And that's when you do the energy medicine. That's when you do the healing. We have the deep rest. This really reminds me, all that pink and she looks like Kuan Yin. So this is the self-love, the self-care, and the compassion that you give for yourself. You don't need others to forgive you. You need to forgive yourself. Others don't need your forgiveness. They need to forgive themselves. However, when you do not harbor the anger, you do not harbor the resentment. I watched a couple of the final statements of the parents of Marjorie Taylor Greene High School to the shooter before sentencing. And all I felt was their pain. I've only watched two. That was enough. It was too much. I probably should have stopped before I even watched completely one, because I'm an empath and I really can pick up that energy, although I'm pretty good about putting down the boundary. But I could feel their pain, and all I could do was send them healing energy that they can figure out how to have forgiveness, not for the shooter, but for the situation. How they can remember the joy of the experience and the time they had with their child, and how being able to forgive themselves for not being there to protect them for whatever reason they may feel. So often we feel like, well, if I would have done this, if I would have been there, if I, whatever, right? And just understanding that, you know, harboring all that anger and that hurt and that pain holds them back as it holds you back. Don't let it hold you back. We're supposed to be setting ourselves free. What did I tell you about taking that sword and staking your claim into this is my truth, and this is what I want, and this is what I'm going to create, and having the courage to do it? Spirit says absolutely 100% yes. You have the card when that moon is in Cancer. The moon is in Cancer Friday evening through the weekend, and there's a lot of opportunity for this inspired, creative thinking so that you could start working toward this 10 of Cups. And you have the crab, which is wonderful because it's the moon in Cancer. It says polite declaration. You can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. That is the flexibility. You can move in any direction you want. It's time to get out there and have the courage to claim what is yours. Self-mastery. Disengage from the outcomes. There is a need to release and let go of how this is all going to play out. And just work on doing what you can do today. And then tomorrow, what you can do on that day. And as you stay in every present moment and you focus on the present moment and you do the self-mastery, that's how you move things forward. So, the whales here with this black and the white, this is about the yin and the yang. This is about coming into balance within ourselves. This is aligning our actions with our desired goals. Disengage from the outcomes. Let go so you can open yourself to the highest love that you deserve. Find ways to release worry or any unresolved lack of forgiveness. Definitely straining your situation right now. Either you've been seeking forgiveness from somebody and they're withholding it. You don't need their forgiveness. You just need yours. Or your anger and resentment towards somebody or something and refusing to forgive them. It's not hurting them. They don't need your forgiveness. It helps you to forgive them so that you can release that situation and move forward. It creates this energetic cord that keeps you connected. It keeps dragging you down into the muck and the mire. Come up out of the basement. Come up out of the basement. It's not real, and you don't have to see it again. Forgiveness might be any unresolved lack of forgiveness you might be holding on to. Use this opportunity with this massive gateway we have with this eclipse and this 1111 portal to release and let go of things that are tying you down and focus on love of yourself, on creating your own luck, but mostly loving yourself. And this forgiveness thing, that's a gift you give yourself. Whether you're forgiving yourself or you're forgiving someone else, it doesn't matter. That is a gift that you give yourself, and that is a gift that gives back. It gives you freedom. It gives you growth opportunity. It gives you self-mastery. Guys, take really good care. I'm on Facebook every day. If you're still here and you haven't hit the thumbs up yet, please do so. I always appreciate that. And I do a collective reading Sunday nights at 7:30 Eastern Time Zone in the U.S. Love to see you there, live and in the chat. If you're watching it on your phone, there's a little tab that says live chat. You have to click that in order to get into the live chat. If you're watching on your computer, it's pretty obvious where it is. All right, you guys take really good care, and I'll talk to you soon.